Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, presented by the Idiot Radio Network, offering a weekly look into the world of professional wrestling with guest interviews, news, results, and much more. Now here's your host, Stephon Devereux. We are back, Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. I want to thank you for joining us. And wrestling fans, now see, I sat back and I debated. What was I going to talk about this week? Because it's been a slow news week for professional wrestling, in my opinion. I mean, there was nothing that really excited me on Raw or SmackDown that made me say, hey, I can't wait to talk about that on the show. Yeah, it happens. But anyway, so I sat back, talked to my friends, talked to some of my wrestling associates, and we were talking about the same thing for some reason. Like, every conversation was pretty much the same. Every conversation ended up with Braun Stroman. And what the hell is going on with this character? So when I decided to do the show, or decided what to do for the show, I said, man, that's a good topic. Braun Stroman. Will he ever get over in the WWE? Will he ever get to that top tier, that elite level in the WWE? And that's going to be the topic for the show. But before we get into the topic, we're going to talk about there's a little bit of news. There's a little bit of news going on in the WWE and TNA, and that's how we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Thank you again for joining us. Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. And the first headline I want to get into is we talked about it last week on the show and how the wrestling fans was complaining and so forth about Shane winning the Best in the World Cup or of the world, whatever it was called. Who cares? But anyway, well, there's rumors going around, and we talked about this last week because I brought this up. Because I said this is the direction they were going to go into. Rumors are Shane McMahon will turn heel. And Shane McMahon will turn heel within the next, say, 2 months. So Survivor Series, okay. Around Royal Rumble time. Now, if this is to happen, this could be the move that the WWE needs to put SmackDown back in the positives as far as the ratings, because the ratings have been tanking. The live attendance tanking. Same thing goes for Raw, but hey, we're talking about SmackDown here. But Shane McMahon is turning heel. This could be something major for Shane, because Shane McMahon as a heel, cocky son of a. Okay, I won't say it. But Shane McMahon as a heel, I think will work. So I don't know what you, the fans, think right now. How does your feelings, have they changed, since he won the tournament? Have they changed? No, probably not. But we're hoping they do. Moving along, the WWE will no longer, well, let's just say this. The USA Network has told the WWE no more overruns. Why? Because the ratings continue to fall. Now, see, the USA Network is very smart. Yes, and this report is true. We'll find out. We'll find out. This is not a rumor, but this is a report that's come out from a lot of major news outlets. But we're going to find out tomorrow night on Raw how true it is. Because if this is true, the USA Network, yeah. See, when the WWE decided to take their show, SmackDown, over to Fox, the USA Network knew, oh, okay, it's like that. All right. Can't work with us? Okay. Go do your thing. Now, all of the little perks that we were giving you, gone. But do they really need that overrun? Do the WWE need that overrun? Does Raw need that overrun? No. Why? Because when they had the overrun, when the overrun was created, it was created because they was in the middle of a war with, a lot of people forget that. They were in the middle of a war with Nitro. So, sometimes Nitro would start a little bit early, just so they could, when they were head-to-head with the WWE, they would cut just a little bit of that fan base before, hey, let's hook them in on our show, and then boom, they won't go to the WWE. They won't watch Raw. They're going to stay with Nitro. And it worked. It did work. Well, the WWE, they countered that a little bit because the Nitro would end at, let's say, 11 o'clock. And the WWE figured, oh, well, let's continue. Let's take the fans who wasn't watching Raw, who decided not to watch Raw live. Let's take those fans. Let's give them something to keep them hooked for the end of the show, the main event. So guess what? They're going to be talking about us. They're going to be talking about us Tuesday morning, especially if we give them something, crazy like Steve Austin in a beer truck. Yeah. Feel me now? Anyway, those days are no more, and the overruns are no longer needed. Man, I know. I miss those days too, fans. I do. And it kind of gets into Braun Stroman not getting over with the fan base the way, And see, here's the thing. I mean, I'll save that. Okay, but let's talk about TNA. Big news. TNA in their new time spot. They have the 10 o'clock Thursday night time slot. Or Wednesdays. It doesn't matter. Anyway, TNA, I know, Wednesday night. But TNA, their ratings have increased in this new time spot over the past 2 weeks. Their ratings have increased. First week was 7%. Second week went all the way up to 32%. A 32% increase. TNA is looking like, whoa. Now, I don't watch TNA as much as I should, but I catch, some matches here and there. Catch a show. Not DVR. That's why it's hard. In today's DVR age, it is kind of hard to keep up with the days and times that these shows are on because you usually don't watch it those days and times anyway. You usually watch it this weekend, like I usually do. I'll get some time on a Saturday and I'll check out some wrestling shows that I DVR or something that, I've added to my watch list on YouTube. But TNA's actually headed in the right direction. Now I know I buried TNA about 4 months ago, and they deserved it. But right now they're headed in the right direction. I'm very proud of TNA. I'm very, very proud of TNA. I will start paying a little bit more attention to TNA, I promise. Yes, they deserve it. Because from what I'm hearing from these fans, that they're putting on some good shows. So I haven't watched it in about a month and a half now. I'll check it out this week. Okay, maybe. We'll see what happens. Anyway, also there's rumors going around that Cody Rhodes is injured. I don't want to talk about this because I don't have too much information on this. Maybe I'll get some information and I'll do a live sometime this week or today, tomorrow, who knows. If Cody Rhodes is injured, if this rumor is true, where does this leave Cody Rhodes? He's obviously going to have to cancel some of his bookings. Yeah, I know. The guy's hot right now. He's hot. I mean, that's why he lost the NWA Championship because I heard a rumor about 2 weeks ago that he was injured for the first match that he had with Nick Aldis. And if you notice, Cody hasn't really been doing that many shows recently. I mean, that's since that first match that he had with Aldis, he really hasn't done that many shows. So maybe those rumors are true. Maybe he's been injured. But we'll get into that maybe next week or sometime today or tomorrow. Anyway, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to get into this topic that's been on my mind. Will Braun Stroman get over in the WWE? as an elite superstar. That's next, here on the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling, Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested? It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with How to Text a Guy to Keep Him Interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguy-to-keep-him-interested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguy-to-keep-him-interested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
Discover the weird trick people are using to make over $3,500 a month taking paid surveys from home. Jason White is known online as the king of paid surveys. He's been taking paid surveys online since 2009 and has earned over $274,000 just from paid surveys. He knows that may seem hard to believe, but it's 100% true and verified. Large multi-billion-dollar corporations need your feedback and suggestions about their products and are willing to pay huge sums of money to get it. If you go to bit.ly/making-money-with-surveys, he'll show you how to get your piece of the pie. Companies desperately need your opinion and will pay you cash for taking short surveys. Plus, you'll get $50 for taking your first paid survey. So go to bit.ly/making-money-with-surveys. And we are back. Stephon Devereux, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. Yes, having some fun here. Let's get into the topic of the week, and that is, will Braun Stroman ever get over? Now, I'm going to go back. I was watching the Sid Vicious interview done by Hannibal TV. Now, the second part, this is the part 2 of that interview. You can go check. Oh, my goodness. The Hannibal TV has probably one of the best YouTube channels, period. Check it out. I'm dead serious. Go to the Hannibal TV. Check out his shoot interviews. The guy he's out there. He's doing some work. He's putting in that work, and he's getting some incredible interviews. But Sid Vicious, he was asking Sid Vicious if he thought Braun Stroman did he think Braun Stroman could be on that level of a Sid Vicious? And I remember Sid Vicious was a man who drew money. Sid Vicious was incredible. One of the best big men to ever step in professional wrestling ring ever. And his opinion is, I can't disagree with the man. And now look, here's why. I said it from day one, okay? The problem that the WWE has right now is development. Okay? There's no real development. Yeah, okay, don't get me wrong. NXT is a great place to learn. NXT is a great place to wrestle. But is NXT a great place to develop a superstar? You got to think about this now. Let's think of the guys who have come up from NXT, okay? Let's think of guys who have come through their developmental territory. How many has really become a true superstar on a WWE television? Now, they're stars in NXT, don't get me wrong, but there's only been a handful. And these people have a new class every year. You know, they treat it almost like the NFL. But these guys are not coming up and they're not getting over to the level they thought they were going to get them over. And Braun Stroman fits in that category. Now, Braun Stroman, don't get me wrong, Braun Stroman is 35 years old now, okay? Back in the day, a 35-year-old man, when he gets into the WWE, he was seasoned. He had about 15 years under his daggone belt at that time, at 35 years old. 15 or more years. Just, you know, some guys got in the business when they were 16, 17 years old. But Braun Stroman, Braun Stroman's been in the WWE for about 5 years now, tops. About 5 years, tops. So that means he got in about 30. Now, I don't know his background the way I should, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't know much about the man, you know, unlike the other guys that he came up with, you know, in the Bray Wyatt group. It's slipping my mind right now. I can't remember. That's a shit. But anyway, but, you know, I knew about the other guys. I knew about Bray, you know, and Luke. I knew about these guys, okay? Braun, anyway, so that goes back to his development. Was there any real development? I mean, look at where his career went. He was with Bray. Then he did the Braun Challenge, and then he did he's in this big push. I mean, like, just think of what it was. Bray Wyatt, the Strowman Challenge, whatever they call it, the crap, and his big push. Yeah, I know. See, back in the day, a guy, during the territory days, let's just bring that up. I know. The new smarks are going to say, why do you keep bringing up the territories? Because there was a way these guys, it was a system, a formula that got these guys over. And when they weren't getting over, they got shipped somewhere else, and that promoter and that booker had a chance to get that person over. And guess what? If it didn't work there, they sent them somewhere else. And guess what? Usually by that third time, that guy was over. So when he went back to the other territories that they didn't get over it before, usually that guy was seasoned, especially if it was somebody who got the business. You know, you feel what I'm saying? I don't think Braun gets this business, okay? I don't think Braun gets this business. Besides the fact that, you know, a lot of people say he's his own worst enemy. These are reports that are coming out of the locker room, that he is his own worst enemy. Besides his attitude, the guy can't stay healthy. We hear he got 2 bad knees. I mean, you think of all, and this is just a little bit of the information I got. Okay? Just a little bit of the notes that we have about this situation, Braun Strowman. And guess what? I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, oh, man, I think what I'm going to talk about in the next segment is going to be more controversial than anything I've said in recent weeks here on the Devereux Committee-of-Pro Wrestling. Here on Angry Kids 24/7 Radio, Stephon Devereux. Right back after this.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested? It's a question many women ask daily. Well, Amy North believes she has found the answer with How to Text a Guy to Keep Him Interested. It's a new course that she has put together, and it's helping ladies all across the world. You can go to howtotextaguy-to-keep-him-interested.weebly.com for more information. Amy says she has the answer, so find out there at howtotextaguy-to-keep-him-interested.weebly.com.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
I thought I was too far gone. I wasn't.
Join the Voices for Recovery.
The world is a beautiful place again.
For 24-hour free and confidential information and treatment referral for mental and substance use disorders for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm getting older. Do I need to worry about falling?
Yes, you do. Each year, 1 in 4 people 65 and older will experience a fall, and many will be serious. The majority of falls happen at home, so remove things that could make you trip and install handrails to keep you steady. To learn more about the steps you can take to help prevent a fall, please talk to your doctor. You can also visit aarpfoundation.org or medicaremadeclear.com/falls. This message was brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
And we are back, the Devereux Committee of Pro Wrestling. I'm your host, Stephon Devereux. And let's continue where we left off in the last segment. Will Braun Stroman ever get over? Now, I just talked about the development and where he's been, from being Bray Wyatt's lackey to the Braun Strowman challenge to being, in the main event of one of the recent major pay-per-views in WWE. Look, I'm gonna go back to the challenge, and I've been saying this for years, for the past 2 years. All right, once James Ellsworth got over in that whole situation, that whole story. Once James Ellsworth got over, it was done. Braun Strowman was done. He was done. Look, that story and situation was created to get Braun Strowman over. And James Ellsworth came in there and took that shine away, put it all on him, and became a superstar. People think that I'm crazy when I say this. But look, James Ellsworth still gets a reaction, an authentic reaction from the wrestling fans. Fans know what they want to do to James Ellsworth. They actually want to cheer for the man. You look at what he's doing on the indie shows right now, they're cheering for James Ellsworth. They're cheering for him. They want to cheer for him. Excuse me. Braun Strowman, on the other hand, he goes to these arenas, 10,000 people, if they're lucky, 10,000 people, and you get a nice section of people, the smarks, who cheer for him, but the other people just sit there and say, okay, who's this guy? Or they act like they don't know who he is. Now, I'm sure they know who Braun Strowman is, but a lot of them just act like they don't give a damn about him. Look at the reactions. Listen to the reactions when he comes out. His daggone. I promised I wasn't going to go off this week, but it's time. Get these hands. Get these hands. You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like a catchphrase that someone else used to get over one night where he said, every man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. Sounds like get these hands to me. And I know for a fact he wasn't saying get these hands back then. But I know a guy who was saying every man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. I know. His name is James Ellsworth. See, back to Ellsworth again. He has something that Braun Strowman does not have. The it factor. Think of the superstars that have been in the WWE that's actually made an impact on the fans. Zack Ryder had the it factor. I was listening to a Jim Cornette podcast recently, and Jim Cornette said something that came to my mind, and it said he talked about Sunny. When she was down there, she was Tammy Sitch. When she was in Smoky Mountain, but Sunny, and how he gave her that opportunity because she could talk And it was a nice backstory. But the thing about it is Jim Cornette realized that she had it. He realized she had it. See, the smart bookers know the wrestlers who have it. Gave her an opportunity, the rest is history. Braun Stroman does not have it. Steve Austin, day one, you knew he had it. When he had the long blonde hair, you knew he had it. The Rock, even when he was Flex Cavana in Memphis, you knew he had it. Hulk Hogan, Jerry Jarrett says it himself. When Hogan came to his door and he seen him and, oh my God, you are the Hulk. He had it. Brock Lesnar had it. Mark Calloway, Callis, whatever, Undertaker had it. Kurt Angle had it. Shawn Michaels. And the difference between a lot of these guys, Ric Flair. The majority of guys I just named, they went through a system called the territories. We don't have that no more, and I get that. But some of the formula can still be used today to get these guys over. Fans come out there and don't know if they want to boo or cheer this guy. So they don't do nothing. But the smart marks who want to sit there and say, Braun Stroman's our next big guy, blah, 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 they're cheering for this damn, it's killing his career. Because the McMahon family are now, they listen to you smart marks for some unknown reason, what Triple H does. And they try to force these guys down our damn throats. I will not blame this on Mr. McMahon. I will blame this on Paul. They do not know who they want this man to be. Does he want to be a heel? Does he want to be a face? So guess what? If they don't know, the fans don't know either, except for the damn smart marks. But see, the smart marks are so anti-WWE, you really don't know where they stay, where they lay, where they feel, what they don't know. They're so anti-Vince McMahon. They'll back anything up that Paul Levesque wants. Because they want him in charge so bad. But I want you to sit back and think about this for a second, people. Do you really want this man in charge? Look what he's given us. Look what he's giving you. People can cry about Vince McMahon and Roman Reigns all they want, but you know what Roman Reigns gets when he comes out there? An authentic reaction. Seth Rollins, no. He hasn't worked. Finn Balor hasn't worked. Kevin Owens hasn't worked. These are Paul Levesque prodigies. Come on, people. Be real. Smart marks, be real with yourself. Do you really want this man in charge of this company when Vince McMahon says goodbye? Because I don't. That's why I am so happy that Shane McMahon is back, involved with this company. Because if something happens, I'm praying that he becomes the boss. I'm praying. And I hope you do too. But that's why Braun Strowman will never get over. Because the guys on top will not let it happen. I want to thank you for joining us this week here on the Devereux Committee-of-pro Wrestling. Don't forget, my new single's out. The link is in the description. It's called The Storm. Check it out. And we'll be back here next week. Devereux Committee-of-pro Wrestling. Stephon Devereux. Thank you for joining us.
You're listening to Angry Kids 24/7 Radio. Angry Kids 24/7 Radio.
How to text a guy to keep him interested? It's a question many